Greetings, Dr. Dominique Reese here with Tip Tuesday, and today's tip is who should help you with your money, a financial coach versus a financial planner versus a financial advisor. So a lot of times I work with clients who don't know who they should work with. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about each professional and when you should work with them, regardless of where you are in your financial journey. So if you're starting out and you realize you don't have any assets, let's start with that. Assets meaning you don't have any money saved, you don't have any investments outside of your 401k, you will typically not work with a financial advisor. So we'll start there. A financial advisor is a professional who typically helps their clients with investments regarding growing your money and protecting your money with certain goals in mind, such as retirement planning, college planning. Maybe you're avoiding, you want to avoid paying high taxes, so some tax planning. And if you have plenty of assets, simply growing your assets to have more money, and then protecting it along the way so that you don't lose your principal, so preservation of capital. So you work with an advisor when you have money to be managed, and this is outside of your retirement or your 401k or 403b. A financial advisor, or any professional for that matter, cannot advise and or manage any monies that are held within your retirement, especially if your retirement is with your employer. So you'll have to work with the custodian who's holding that account for your retirement. So an advisor won't work with you if you don't have any money, because advisors get paid based on AUM. AUM stands for assets under management. If you don't have any assets to manage, then they cannot get paid. When I was a financial advisor, if you didn't have $250,000 ready to invest, you were not my typical client. So advisors work with people who have money that is ready to invest. They will get paid based on a percentage, which is usually 1% to 2% of what they manage for you. So again, if you don't have any money to be managed, you will not be looking to work with an advisor. So who could you work with? Well, you may be able to work with a financial planner. Now, a planner is similar to an advisor, but they may not be fully licensed. A financial advisor is typically fully licensed by the SEC, the Securities Exchange Commission, so that they can actually place trades and do investments. Financial planners, on the other hand, do not have to be licensed. They don't have to have any credentials for the most part. They may know how to manage money, but typically they just provide financial plans. So they do planning around college, around retirement, around taxes, insurance, and general financial planning to generate a financial plan. Typically, financial planners will not help you with your budget, with your credit, with your debt. They want to work with you to basically create a plan so that they can manage your money. Typically, planners get paid by the hour and or a flat fee, but everyone runs their practice differently. So when you work with the planner, you really want to understand what your need is. If you are having a comprehensive look at your finances, then you may want to consider a financial planner, because they will take an assessment of where you are in your entire financial life, whether you have investments or not. That'll be something that they assess. Ideally, in the financial plan that they generate, which is really what you're paying for, a financial plan can cost you anywhere from $200, depending on who you're working with, to $2,000. So you're really paying for a product at the end of the day, and for that person's time. So they trade time for money typically, unless they have a flat fee. Now, if you're not there and you're still focused on credit, debt, budgeting, some of the more basic financial management concepts, then you would want to work with a financial coach and or a financial counselor. At this level, you can work with a coach to help guide you to the things that you want to do. I'm a financial coach, I'm a financial planner, I'm a financial counselor, so I can wear different hats depending upon who's sitting in front of me. But typically, you work with the financial coach so that you're able to get guidance around the goals that you set, whatever that might be. So I know when I work with clients, we focus on mindset, we focus on goal setting, we focus on budgeting, debt, credit, savings, income protection, and then a financial plan. So ideally, I'm working with you on things that other professionals will not, because they don't get paid to work with you on those things. And ideally, when you graduate to work with them, you have those things taken care of. Your debt is in order, your budget is balanced, you have savings that you can invest, you're investing. So you're at what we would call it your continuum of care. You're in the middle to advanced stages of the continuum of care when you're going to work with a planner or an advisor. So if you're not ready for that, you typically will work with a coach or a counselor. Now, financial coaching itself is pretty new to the industry. It's probably been around for the past, let's say, 15 to 20 years, which is really new for industries, especially within the financial sector. But ideally, you approach a coach when you're not quite sure what to do. Maybe you've got a lot on your plate, you've got debt, you want to save, your credit's not where you want it to be. You're working towards certain goals. Maybe you want to save for a home or start a business, and you don't really know how to do everything at one time. A coach can help you by creating goals and really guiding you, providing you with information, resources, and tools, and most importantly, the accountability so that you take action towards the goals that you set. Now, a financial counselor, on the other hand, tends to work with clients who have a very specific crises. Like counseling will address an urgent need. At that point, we call it remedial coaching, maybe remedial counseling. You have a very urgent situation that needs to be solved, that needs to be handled, and you go in for counseling. A counselor will tell you what to do. A coach will not tell you what to do. We will guide you based on the options that we explore together, and you as the client are considered to be creative, resourceful, and whole. So nobody needs to tell you what to do. I don't know what's best for you. You know what's best for you. So I will help you to explore options, and then you will see what's best for you. You will make a decision. And as your coach, I will support the decisions that you make that are best for you. So I hope this is helpful, where you get an idea of wherever you are in your financial life, where you may be ready to work with a professional. A lot of times I hear clients say, well, I don't have enough money to work with anybody. And that's actually part of the reason why you need to work with someone. Because if you want more money, or you want a better credit score, you want less debt, you want to have more savings, you want to start investing, you're not the professional to know how to do that. So work with someone who gets paid to do that, who's sitting at a desk all day doing that work. If it's not you, if that's not what you do all day, then of course you don't know how to do that. And that's why we reach out to professionals, right? It's like, you've got the flu and you don't know you have the flu, but you have all these symptoms. You go to the doctor. You go to the doctor, they assess you, and then they tell you, oh, you have the flu, right? So if you're going through things financially, you're not exactly sure what to make of it, or you're not exactly sure what strategy to use, or you're not exactly sure of anything, because a lot of times with money, it can be that way. You're just feeling stuck. You're not exactly sure who to trust. You're not exactly sure what to do. And maybe you don't even trust yourself. So at that point, that's when you can reach out to a coach. And a coach is not someone who goes directly to the numbers. We tend to focus on mindset, goals, and behavior. So it's just a conversation. And out of that conversation can come things about the numbers, but there really is no rush. So if you're having any questions about what I've shared, or you want to get started with working with someone, please feel free to reach out. You can shoot me an email or reply to this video, and I'll be happy to help you. All right. Until we meet again. Peace.